The pro-Palestinian Fly-tilla was much smaller than planned, as many activists were banned from boarding flights to Israel on Saturday. The largest group of activists was meant to arrive from France. They were instructed to arrive at the Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris at 5 a.m. on Sunday, but were stopped by security forces. More than 60% of the 1,500 pro-Palestinian activists due to arrive in Israel to take part in the fly-in protest have received notifications from airlines that their flights were canceled. By the early afternoon, police had detained 9 people for questioning, with 3 French nationals granted permission to enter Israel and another 6 people slated for deportation. Of that number, 4 were French women who had arrived on a flight from Switzerland. One was a Portuguese activist who flew in from Amman with Royal Jordanian Airlines, and one was a Canadian who had traveled from America on United Airlines. The round of nuclear talks between the 6 major world powers and Iran ended on Saturday in Istanbul, with plans for another one. The Iranians demanded an American and European commitment not to carry out a military attack on their country as long as the talks continue. Expectations for the talks in Istanbul had been low at the outset, as Iran's chief nuclear negotiator declared that Tehran needed to enrich uranium to 20% purity for peaceful purposes. A second round is scheduled to take place in the Iraqi capital, Baghdad, on May 23rd. Thousands of Christian pilgrims gathered in Jerusalem on Saturday for an ancient fire ritual that celebrates Jesus' resurrection. The pilgrims crowded into the Church of the Holy Sepulchre as Eastern Orthodox clerics entered the small chamber marking the site of Jesus' tomb. They emerged after some time to reveal candles lit with holy fire. The details of the flame source is a closely guarded secret. The flames are then passed from believer to believer. Eastern Orthodox churches celebrate Easter this week using the older Julian calendar. A new movie, which is set to hit the big screens in Lebanon next Thursday, will give viewers a glimpse at how the Lebanese viewed the Second Lebanon War. The movie focuses on the grueling battle of Aita Ash-Sha'ab. The creators of 33 Days, the number of days of the Second Lebanon War, are Iranian director and producer Jamal Khashoggi, as well as Iranian and Hezbollah supporters. A 4-minute video detailing how a Holocaust survivor discovered what became of his father after World War II was awarded the Do-Gooder Nonprofit Video Awards, presented by nonprofit video maker C3 Communications and YouTube. Yes, That's My Father features the personal testimony of Saul Finkelstein, who was separated from his father just days before liberation at Mauthausen. After contacting the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum's World Memory Project, Finkelstein managed to find out what became of his father.